Israeli troops stationed themselves along the border of the Gaza Strip, ready to withdraw or re-engage in an offensive that's killed more than 1,800 Palestinians and 67 Israelis. A 72-hour ceasefire brokered by Egypt, which began on Tuesday, has remained intact, leaving these soldiers on standby. Aid groups and agencies have flooded into the Gaza Strip to help the displaced, the first proper operation since the offensive began on July the 8th. In the town of Rafah, rescue workers found the remains of 2 bodies buried under the rubble. They say they expect to find more in the coming days.
فوجدنا 2 شهداء متحللين الظاهر انهم 3-4 ايام متوفيين واخذناهم وحملناهم بالاسعاف ومديهم على مستشفى بوسف النجار ان شاء الله على الثلاجه وجاري البحث لسه عن شهداء ثانيين او مصابين ثانيين.
Delegations from both sides have arrived in Cairo to discuss a more permanent truce before the 3-day window closes. Talks are said to be an uphill diplomatic struggle as both sides have conflicting demands. The Palestinians insist that Israel should end its 8-year blockade of Gaza and open its border crossings. Israel wants Gaza to be fully demilitarized. The US is due to participate in the talks. The United Nations chief in Geneva made a stern and emotional plea in front of the General Assembly for lasting peace in the region. Ban Ki-moon said that both Israel and the Palestinian occupied territories are causing concern and unease to the entire international community.
The senseless cycle of suffering in Gaza and the West Bank, as well as in Israel, must end. Do we have to continue like this? Build, destroy, and build and destroy. We will build again, but this must be the last time to rebuild. This must stop now. They must go back to negotiating table. We must not repeat this way, periodically.
Ban Ki-moon said the world cannot rest despite the ceasefire in place.
This ceasefire has come at a price that is almost too much to bear. The massive death and destruction in Gaza have shocked and shamed the world.
Gaza's residents have started to return home, finding what they hold most dear in complete ruins. Dead animals litter the streets with debris from houses and buildings strewn across the dense landscape. They face the daunting prospect of rebuilding their lives yet again.
من شايف انت المنطقه كلها ما فيش اي معالم لها ما فيش اي معالم على الاطلاق يعني ما بتعرف الشوارع وين يعني هذا انا شايف حسنا رمز للحرب حتكون هذا رمز يعني زي ما تسونامي يعني الموجود كله تسونامي هذا
5 طوابق 8 شقق أكثر من 50 نفر كان يعيش فيه. وين بدهم يروحوا؟ وين بدهم يتشردوا؟ وين بدهم يروحوا؟
Israeli residents living on the border of Gaza in Kibbutz Zikim have also returned to their homes. Mr. and Mrs. Solomon and their children are overjoyed at their return after having to relocate from their home when Hamas forces clashed with Israeli troops near the beach.
To come back from after all the situation is it's very difficult because of all of the alarms and the kids are still scared from the alarms and but we don't have any. We felt like we don't have any other choice. We have to go back to reality. And we have to start adjusting to our old life, and let's hope everything is going to be fine.
The United Nations this week has condemned the shelling of Gaza schools as unacceptable and demanded those responsible for the attacks to be held accountable. It comes after an Israeli airstrike killed 10 people and wounded 30 on Sunday as they sheltered in a UN-run school in Rafah.
The shelling of UNRWA schools is a violation of international law, and we have asked for investigations and we have called for accountability. Responsibilities have to be established. These were unacceptable events, and this situation has to be taken very, very seriously also into the future.
The Palestinian Foreign Minister Riyad al-Malki in his visit to the International Criminal Court in Holland, also added to this call, saying there was clear evidence that Israel committed war crimes in Gaza.
Everything that has happened in the last 28 days is clear evidence of war crimes committed by Israel that really tantamount to crimes against humanity. It's not that I'm saying that as a Palestinian. It was being really said by many observers, international experts on international law, who has really described this as war crimes. And as a result, there is no difficulty for us to show a case or to build a case.
Al-Malki's administration is making efforts to have the Palestinian territories become a member of the ICC. This will become a legal step that will grant the court jurisdiction over alleged crimes in the territory. The Red Cross president Peter Maurer visited the Gaza Strip this week and said he was shocked at the devastation and is frustrated that his organization could not do more to protect civilians.
I've seen the injuries of the warfare of the past weeks here, and this leaves me with a deep feeling of shock and being shaken by what I have seen, by anger and frustration also about the fact that we were not able to prevent what was happening.
In the United Kingdom, a senior minister in the Foreign Office, Saeeda Warsi, resigned after accusing the government of taking a morally indefensible approach to the conflict. Baroness Warsi says that she has great unease within the Foreign Office in how decisions are now being made. Afzal Ahmed, Islam Channel.